Bird migration. Let us discuss the answers for the previous home assignment. The first main, identify the adjectives in the following sentences. The first sentence is, Raju is a smart boy. So the word smart is an adjective. It describes what kind of a boy was Raju. So Raju was a smart boy. The word smart becomes the adjective. Second sentence, Anuj was a brilliant student. The adjective is brilliant. Third one, we bought a red car. Which is the adjective here? The word red. It is describing the color of the car. Fourth one, fox is a clever animal. So what kind of an animal? Clever animal. So the word clever becomes an adjective. Fifth one, the stage was decorated with beautiful flowers. What kind of flowers? Beautiful flowers. So the word beautiful is an adjective. Second main, look at the pictures and complete the phrases with adjectives. So the pictures were given. You were supposed to have a look at the picture and complete the blank with the adjective. So the first one, a dash table. Answer could be a wooden table, a strong table, a long table, a short table. So whichever describing word you find it suitable, you can write here. Second one, a dash rose. A beautiful rose. You can even describe the color. You can say a red rose. Third one, a dash trunk. A strong trunk. Fourth one, a dash stream. A pleasant stream. I hope you are able to do this. Before we proceed with the lesson, let us quickly recapitulate what we studied in the previous class. In the previous class, we studied that birds breed during summer and they move northwards. The change in length of days and lack of food tells the bird to migrate. Sometimes they travel to different continents and return to their own nests in their own country. But how do birds find their way home? The magnetic field surrounding the earth helps them or guides them to their home. The Arctic terns are considered to be the champions among the migrating birds. They are known to travel an average of 22,000 miles a year, and during their flight, the tern nests at different places, and it takes around 20 weeks to make its trip down to the Antarctic region. So that is why the Arctic terns are considered to be champions among the migrating birds. Now children, let us continue with the lesson. Let us learn the meaning of new words through glossary. The first word is varying. Varying means differing. Second word, departure, means to start a journey. Let us quickly see an example sentence for this word. Heavy rains delayed the departure of the bus. Now we will continue with the lesson. Children, I will read the paragraph below. Please listen carefully. Most land birds make short hops during their migration. The American golden plover is an exception. It makes a long non-stop flight and can fly a distance of 2,400 miles over water without food or stopping. So it is said that birds make short hops during their migration. Now, what do you mean by short hops? Short hops means taking short stops to rest, to drink water, for food sometimes, since flying continuously over vast areas could be exhaustive or tiring. So what these birds do, they make short hops or stops. But the American golden plover is an exception. What do you mean by the word exception? Yes, we have already studied the meaning of this word. Exception means unusual or which is not common. So this bird, that is the American golden plover, it makes a non-stop flight, which means it does not stop anywhere. And it is said that it can fly a distance of 2,400 miles over water without food or stopping. So children, you can imagine a tiny bird traveling 2,400 miles over water, probably the sea or the ocean, and without stopping anywhere in between. So you can imagine the muscular power, the power of its wings. Isn't it amazing? So because the American golden plover takes a non-stop flight, it is called as an exception. Other birds take short hops or short stops, whereas the American golden plover continuously flies. Now let us continue. I'll read the next paragraph. Please look into it. Birds do not actually begin their migration the same day every year. For instance, the famous swallows of California are supposed to leave on October 23rd and return on March 19th. But their dates of departure and return have been found to be varying from year to year. Birds migrate for satisfying their needs as human beings do. Now it is said that birds do not begin their migration the same day. For instance, meaning for example, the swallows of California. They are supposed to leave on 23rd October and return on 19th March. But their dates of departure and return are found to be different every year. What do you mean by the word departure? Departure means to start a journey or to set out. So here we find that the dates of departure of this particular bird is differing. But children, why do you think the dates of departure and return differ or vary? What could be the reason? Yes, the dates of departure and return varies because of the varying temperature. Temperatures are not the same. They keep varying from day to day and year to year. So according to the varying or differing temperature, they start their migration. Sometimes we observe that summer starts early or there is a delayed winter. So according to the temperature change, the birds also carry on with their migration. Like human beings, Birds too migrate to satisfy their needs. Now, what are their needs? Like human beings, they also move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, climatic conditions, etc. Now, children, read along with me. Most land birds make short hops during their migration. The American golden plover is an exception. It makes a long non-stop flight and can fly a distance of about 2,400 miles over water without food or stopping. Birds do not actually begin their migration the same day every year. For instance, the famous swallows of California are supposed to leave on October 23rd and return on March 19th. But their dates of departure and return have been found to be varying from year to year. Birds migrate for satisfying their needs as human beings do. Now, children, here are a few questions. Try to find the answer from the paragraphs which we read just now. The first question: why is the American golden plover an exception? The answer: the American golden plover is an exception because it makes a long non-stop flight and can fly a distance of about 2,400 miles over water without food or stopping. Second question: do birds begin their migration the same day every year? So the answer would be no. Birds do not begin their migration the same day every year. Their dates of departure and return are found to be varying from year to year. So this is your answer. Children, here is an important information about the impact of cell towers on birds. Now, what do you mean by the word impact? Impact means the effect. So let us know what is the effect of cell towers on birds. I'll read the paragraphs which are given below. Ever wondered about vanishing house sparrows, declining number of peacocks, and other birds in the city? A study, a possible impact of communication tower on wildlife, birds and bees, conducted by the expert committee of Union Ministry of Environment and Forest, attributes the drop in number of birds in Indore, Bhopal, Jabalpur, Ujjain and other cities to increased use of mobile phones and electromagnetic radiation, that is EMR, emitted from communication towers. Concerned over the increasing number of mobile towers in the city, a city-based animal activist, Sudhir Kethawat, has written a letter to the Animal Welfare Board urging them to take necessary action in the matter. It is dangerous for birds, and even the Forest Department, in its letters dated May 5th, 2015 and May 12, 2015 has accepted that mobile tower radiation is affecting the health of birds and peacocks in particular, said Khetawat. Now children, when we started the lesson, we read the first sentence as birds are a man's best friend. But day by day we find that the number of birds is declining or reducing. For example, a few years earlier, we used to see a lot of sparrows around our homes, our buildings, etc. It was a common sight. But nowadays, we don't find a single sparrow anywhere. Where did all these sparrows disappear? What happened to them? What could be the reason for their disappearance? This disappearance of birds or sparrows, it could be any other bird also, maybe the peacocks, the insects, etc. To find out what happened to them, the Union Ministry of Environment and Forest conducted a special study. So they wanted to find out why the number of birds were decreasing. So according to the study conducted by the expert committee, they felt that the reason for the decrease in number of birds in Bhopal, Indore, Jabalpur, Ujjain was due to increase in use of mobile phones and electromagnetic radiation emitted from the communication towers. So these cell phone towers, they emitted the radiations, that is the electromagnetic radiations, which were harmful to the birds. So because of this, there was a decrease in the number of birds. These radiations are said to be harmful because they bring about behavioral changes in birds, insects, and animals. It is said that it results in the damage of nerves and sometimes leads to the inability of birds to fly. That means they are not able to fly, and it also causes some genetic disorders. So, the Animal Welfare Board too accepted the fact that the mobile tower radiation was affecting the health of birds and peacocks in particular. Girish Kumar from Electrical Engineering Department of IIT Mumbai, who has done extensive work on harmful effects of mobile tower radiation on humans, birds, and animals, has said that birds including sparrows, honeybees, and peacocks are severely affected by cell tower radiation as their surface area is more. So radiation absorbed is also more compared to their body weight. He added that the effects on the peacocks is much more pronounced as their wings or feather occupy more surface area, resulting in large absorption of radiation, hence creating more health hazards and leading to various ailments and even death. So the paragraphs which we just now read, impact of cell towers on birds, was printed as an article in the newspaper The Times of India, and the date was May 22nd, 2015. So Girish Kumar, an electrical engineering department of IIT Mumbai, found that birds, sparrows, and honeybees, including peacocks, were severely affected by the cell tower radiation. He added that peacocks were affected more because their wings or feathers occupied a large surface area, resulting in large absorption of radiation, and thereby causing harm to them, and sometimes this led to their death. So it was said that bigger the body area, the amount of absorption of radiation will be more. And when they absorb more radiation, what will happen? It may lead to health hazards, and that may lead to the death of the animal or bird. So all this was happening due to the cell tower radiation. Children, not only birds and animals, but these radiations are harmful to human beings too. A continuous exposure to these radiations are very harmful to human beings also. So children, we take pride in talking about technology. We are enjoying the privileges of technology today, but the same technology, the evolvement of mankind, is destroying the environment around us. It is destroying the birds, the animals, insects, including human beings also. So it becomes our prime responsibility to see that we keep our environment safe and protect the birds and animals and keep or safeguard the nature around us. Children, take a look at the picture. He is Dr. Salim Ali. Now you might be wondering, who is this person and why are we discussing about him? As I read the paragraph, you will be able to understand. So now look into the paragraph. I'll read this. Salim Mohyuddin Abdul Ali, 12th November 1896 to 20th June 1987. Best known as the Grand Old Man of Indian Ornithology and also referred to as the Birdman of India, was the first among many to conduct a systematic bird survey in India. His research and findings have served as the basis for the modern specifications of Indian birds. He was awarded the Padma Bhushan in 1958 and Padma Vibhushan in 1976, India's third and second highest civilian honors respectively. Several species of birds and a couple of bird sanctuaries and institutions have been named after him. So, Dr. Salim Ali is also known as the Birdman of India. He was also known as the Grand Old Man of Indian Ornithology. What do you mean by ornithology? The study of birds is called ornithology. And for this study and his research and findings, he was also awarded the Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan. So these are the civilian awards which are given to people who served or who have shown exemplary services. It could be in any field. And Dr. Salim Ali was one who received both the Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan. And because of his findings and his works, there were some species of birds and some sanctuaries which were named after him. Therefore, because of his contributions, he was rightly called as the Birdman of India. It's grammar time. It's grammar time. In the previous class, we have learnt about adjectives. What are adjectives? An adjective is a word that describes a noun, or we can say that describing words are called adjectives. Today, we are going to study kinds of adjectives. We have three kinds of adjectives: adjectives of quality, quantity, and number. Let us see what do you mean by adjective of quality. An adjective that tells us about the kind of a person, a place, or a thing we are referring to is called an adjective of quality. Or in simple terms, adjective of quality gives information about the quality of a thing or a person. We use an adjective of quality to describe the noun. Example, first sentence, we should eat healthy food. So the word healthy is an adjective of quality. The word healthy describes the quality of food. Similarly, see the second example. She is a good dancer. The word good is adjective of quality. Third one, King Ashoka was a great ruler. The word great is an adjective of quality. Rita is an intelligent girl. Intelligent is the adjective of quality. So here in the sentences, the words healthy, good, great, intelligent, they all represent adjectives of quality. So what is adjective of quality? These are the words which give information about the quality of a thing or a person. Now let us learn the second kind of adjective, that is adjective of quantity. An adjective of quantity tells us the amount, the number or quantity of noun. Adjective of quantity answers the question how much. They do not tell the exact number of noun. Let us look at a few examples. First sentence, Sham ate the whole apple. The word whole is adjective of quantity. There is enough water in the jug. The word enough is adjective of quantity. So here in this sentence you can clearly make out that there is enough water, but how much water or what is the quantity of water, 1 glass, 2 glass, how many liters, that is not specified. They are only generalizing. There is enough water in the jug. So this is called as adjective of quantity. Third sentence, we have little time to play. The word little is the adjective. Many people visit the temple. Many is the adjective. Anil shared half of his chocolate. The word half is an adjective. So the words whole, little, enough, many, half are all adjectives of quantity. So what is an adjective of quantity? An adjective that tells us the amount or quantity of noun, and it answers the question how much. The third kind of adjective is adjective of number. An adjective of number is an adjective that tells us the exact number of persons, animals, or things. It tells us exactly how many or how much of something. It refers to things that can be counted. Let us see a few examples. The first one, A. I bought 2 new storybooks. So the word 2 is the adjective. So it is telling us how many storybooks were bought. So the answer is 2. The next one, B. Hari was the last to enter the class. The word last is the adjective. Next one, we have 5 chapters for the exam. The word 5 is the adjective. The next sentence, Anju stood first in the class. The word first is the adjective. So the words 2, last, 5, first are adjectives of number. So what is adjective of number? An adjective of number is an adjective that tells us the exact number of persons, animals or things. So what are the 3 kinds of adjectives we studied today? Adjective of quantity, adjective of quality and adjective of number. I hope you would have understood. Now let us practice them with the exercises here. Children, here are a few questions and answers. You are going to directly copy these in your notebook. The first question is, what is the characteristic feature of the American golden plover in relation to migration? The answer, the American golden plover makes a long non-stop flight and can fly a distance of about 2,400 miles over water without food or stopping. Second question, how do birds move during migration? Answer, birds make short stops during their migration. Third one, give an example to show that birds do not migrate at the same time. Answer, birds do not migrate at the same time each year. Example, the swallows of California are supposed to leave on October 23rd and return on March 19th. But their dates of departure and return have been found to be varying from year to year. Name some migratory birds. Answer, A. Arctic tern, B. American golden plover, C. Swallows of California. So children, copy all these question answers into your notebook. So based on the grammar what we learnt, that is the kinds of adjectives, here is an home assignment which you are going to do on your own and write them in your notebooks. First main, underline the adjectives of quality in the given sentences. The first sentence is, milk is a healthy drink. Second sentence, we watched a horror movie last night. Third one, my friend gifted me a shiny bracelet. Fourth one, Alice had a melodious voice. Fifth one, Raj is a lazy boy. So children, you are going to identify the adjectives of quality and underline them. And you're going to write this exercise in your notebooks. Second main, choose the adjectives of quantity or number from the brackets and fill in the blanks. The first one, he did not do dash work. Second one, Ramesh was the dash to raise his hand. Third one, the farmer had dash grass for the cattle. Fourth one, the kitten drank a dash milk. Fifth one, there were only dash children in the class. So children, you are going to fill up these blanks with the adjectives which are given in the brackets. Third main, substitute the following with one word from the list of words given in the box below. The words in the box are gust, ornithology, aeronautics, plateau, aerophobia. So these are the 5 words, and you are going to substitute the sentence which is given with a single word. The first sentence is the study of birds. Second one, fear of flying in an aircraft. Third one, large area of high and fairly flat land. Fourth one, the study or practice of traveling through the air. Fifth one, a strong rush of air, rain, smoke carried by wind. Children, try to answer them, and the answers for these 3 mains will be discussed in the next class. Thank you, children.